Day number 4, if my people pray, a week of prayer to obtain knowledge and understanding of present-day events through prophecy. The wise will understand. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou would keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 2 and 3. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou would keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. God promises are conditional upon obedience. First condition, let us remember all the way he led us. Second condition, to humble, prove us, and to know our heart. Third condition, in order to keep his commandments. Fourth condition, to humble us, for us to hunger for his hidden manna. And the result will be, we learn that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from his mouth. Day number 4, the agenda for the morning session. The only way to understand the wars raging at this time is to study where it all started and have a view of all the points. The first major war took place in heaven. It started in the most holy place in the heavenly sanctuary, and this is where Christ intends to finish it, to completely abolish it in the most holy place. The season of prayers in small groups is to ask God to humble us, to prove us, to know what is in our hearts, whether we keep his commandments or no. Day number 4, the agenda for the morning and afternoon session. The only way to understand the wars raging at this time is to know the reason for the war in heaven, which was whom to worship, to serve. The allies were 2/3 of the angels choosing to worship their Creator. The Axis were 1/3 of the angels who became dissatisfied with their Creator, lost their affection for him, and followed Lucifer. It was a war of religion. Whom shall he worship or serve, and when? It was also a territorial war. Lucifer wanted God's throne by eliminating his creator and be like him. Season of prayers for small groups. Let us make sure we know whom we believe in. If it is Christ, follow him. If it is Lucifer, follow him. Synchronism and chronology of the first war. Daniel chapter 2, verses 20 and 21. Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his, and he changeth the times and the seasons. Daniel chapter 7, verses 25 and 26. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. Biblical synchronism and chronology. He who rules over the calendar rules over the nations. Can you answer these questions? What is the purpose of biblical synchronism and chronology? What is the purpose of the biblical calendar? Is there a reason for times and seasons? Who started times and seasons in the first place? Is the calendar presently in use in line with times and seasons? What if someone a long time ago thought to change the times and the seasons for his own purpose? What was his purpose? If we can answer these questions, we may have a breakthrough as to what is the purpose and importance of times and seasons and the reason for the wars on earth. The mystery of Babylon worship. He who rules over the calendar rules over the nations. A view of all the points. Revelation chapter 13, verses 2 and 4, and the Great Controversy, pages 578, 579, will be read with emphasis supplied. The dragon, Satan, gave him, the papacy, or Rome, his power and his seat, the Holy See, and great authority, Sunday observance, and they worshiped the dragon, Satan, and they worshiped the beast, the papacy. The prophecy of Revelation chapter 13 declares that the power represented by the beast with lamb-like horns, the USA, shall cause the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the papacy, and that this prophecy will be fulfilled when the lamb-like beast, the USA, shall enforce Sunday observance, which Rome claims as the special acknowledgement of her supremacy. The last great conflict, a religion of fable and tradition. He who rules over the calendar rules over the nations. The Great Controversy, page 582. The last great conflict, a religion of fable and tradition. In seeking to cast contempt upon the divine statutes, Satan has perverted the doctrines of the Bible, and errors have thus become incorporated into the faith of thousands who profess to believe the Scriptures. The last great conflict between truth and error is but the final struggle of the long-standing controversy concerning the law of God. Upon this battle we are now entering, a battle between the laws of man and the precepts of Jehovah, between the religion of the Bible and the religion of fable and tradition. The causes of wars and the destruction of Israel. We find the same reasons for wars, both in ancient Israel and the Israel of God today. Remember, according to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. We actually wrestle against the one and his army who started war in heaven. The same abominations that we find in Judah as described in 2 Kings chapter 23 are found among us today. Offering their children to Molech. Today we have abortion and transgenderism in order to destroy the next generation. Worshipping Baal Peor. This was the most abominable thing that Judah could ever do in joining that terrible, terrible cult of sodomy, homosexuality, and today we can add to it Pride Parade. And even in the midst of Jerusalem, they have Pride Parade. Worshipping the sun, the moon, and the planets. Today we have Sun Day and Saturn Day. Because of disobedience, there was no protection for Israel when they attended their feasts, as promised in Exodus chapter 34, verses 12 to 14. Very interesting that this year Israel was attacked at the Feast of Tabernacle. There is also a promise that none of the disease of the Egyptian would have been among Israel if they had obeyed. But today, the disease that were among the Egyptians are with us today. There are many more curses to be found in the judgments of the book of Deuteronomy 27 and 28. They are blessing as well if we obey, but curses if we disobey. And these are the judgments today. The causes of wars and destruction of Israel. Exodus chapter 20, verses 5 and 6. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Repairer of the biblical creation calendar, restorer of worship times and seasons, the Moed. Isaiah chapter 58 verses 12 to 14. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou would keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. And he humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord.